See what?
The bubbles.
Yeah, but you can't really read it. It's okay. It'll be alright.
Oh.
Because if we turn it, it's going to be this way, right?
I'm just going to slide it there. Well, you don't have the camera centered either.
I didn't because...
Excuse me, there is a message for you.
Okay.
It doesn't really change it
It
much.
doesn't really change much, does it?
Mm-mm. It'll be okay.
Oh, everybody's coming.
Mud Pie Girl! What's up?
Wow, there's
Teresa!
That's a name from
I
the
know.
past. Yep.
She's gonna annoy me.
Who?
That cat right there.
Where's she at?
Right here.
Go get her.
Come here. Come here, Smalls. Come here, baby. Hey, Mark. What's up?
Okay, so here's a little story that I got to tell. Once upon a time, there was a lady sitting outside with her chickens that she got from McMurray Hatchery. And she just loved her chickens. And she was sitting outside next to her canine ATV that she got from Steck. And she was flipping through the Baker Creek seed catalog, just enjoying a Saturday afternoon as her just extremely handsome husband, who was super buff,
It's so nice to hear Odessa screaming at the TV.
come by on his Coyote tractor with his LogOx forestry toolkit in the bucket, along with a Gallagher S100 solar charger and chicken fencing unit, because he was clearing an area.
It was a crazy man who was trying to take a tree down with a ratchet strap.
and smart fence, because he was moving animals on their 21-acre homestead.
That's a great story about sponsors.
Yeah. And he also had a kitten.
George, look who else is here.
Hey, George, what's going on, buddy? And let's see.
She's like, nope, not tonight.
Not doing it.
Not tonight. Did you turn the heater off or is it still on?
I think it's still on.
Okay.
And they lived happily ever after.
Happily ever after. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Wait, just a few more minutes for people to come in. We got about 45 seconds.
So if I seem a little off tonight, that is because I might be on a little
Dutch off grid's here too.
I feel a little bit of pain medication today. I'm having a rough day today.
It was funny because Jason, last night, he was like, we are getting something done tomorrow. And he had something in mind. I'm not going to say it because we're eventually going to film it. And he's like, we're going to finish it today. I'm like, okay. So we woke up this morning and you woke up a little slow. And so we got up and got moving. And I started to make breakfast. And you said, I don't feel good. I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
My head hurts. My neck hurts.
Well, you gotta go
I'm in a lot of pain. And so my barometer of knowing how much pain you were in was because you asked me if you could have something for your pain. And I said, are you still planning on trying to get X done today? And your answer was, I'm in pain. It wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad. He was like, I'm in pain. And I'm like, okay. So we started with something simple, and then we had to go up to nuclear today. So he's been in a lot of pain, and we will probably, as soon as we, with our members, we do a 30-minute after show for our what is it?
Panda Bear
and higher.
Above.
And we've got a good show planned for this evening.
Got a good show.
But we as soon
we got a
as
good show for y'all this evening.
As soon as that is over, he's
I
gonna
love
be
those guys.
taking.
Got a good show.
He's gonna be taking.
Yeah, we got a good show for y'all.
Really?
That's what they do for like 5 minutes.
Oh, you really are.
Yeah, we got a good show.
Okay, so do you have a safety tip or a weekly or a prep tip for this week?
Well, I want to know if anybody burnt their house down with the turkey fryer this week.
Oh yeah. Anybody get close?
Anybody get close?
Or did anybody chop a finger off or anything while they were prepping the turkey? I know I came pretty close a couple times chopping up some potatoes this past couple of days.
Yeah.
And I know Carol ended up with for just a first degree. It didn't bubble, so first degree burn from we were going to cook on I don't know if you guys saw our before Thanksgiving video. We were planning.
We had a huge plan.
We did.
Huge.
We were going to.
It's huge.
We were going to bake our pecan pie in the solar oven. And we were going to smoke the turkey in the big grill. And we were going to cook the other stuff on the rocket stove that we
Rocket stove.
Unfortunately, the sunlight was not great for us to do the pecan pie.
Yeah. And
it was windy. Very windy.
Oh,
which
so
also made it difficult to do the rocket stove, to keep the rocket stove going good. So we punted and moved on, and we still did the turkeys in the smoker, but we did everything else inside, which was good because it was kind of cool, and so we didn't have to run the wood burning stove and really kick ourselves out of the house with the heat.
Well, we had like 10
there was
15,
10 of us.
10, 15 people here.
10 people.
There's 10?
Mm-hmm. It was 6 of them and 4 of us. So
that's 10 any which way. Even if you do Common Core math, that's still 10.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
I didn't tell you the other day. This is a real quick whew. So when I went to bin time the other day, there was this. When I went to the place where you get like $1, so there was one section that had a ton of textbooks. And I was like, oh, the mother load. And then I started flipping through the textbooks and they were all Common Core and nobody was touching them, even for $1.
No.
I was like, you couldn't even pay me to take these. So anyway, so we did all of that stuff. We were going to do all that stuff. It was not in the cards for us to do it.
We were really wanting to do our first off-grid,
It just wasn't
cooking Thanksgiving, but
just wasn't going to happen. And that's okay.
Well, I mean, it comes down to lack of experience. I'm pretty sure there would have been a way to dance around that monkey, but that monkey just kicked our butt. So we just got to get more experience with the solar oven. I mean, we've only had it a couple months.
I feel like we would have had to. We would have had to anchor it down. I don't know. The problem is
that
those
wind was
those
really
reflectors. They kick out like this, and they don't really lock into place. I mean, they do, but they don't really lock. What was that? Lock into place. And so what ended up happening is, as the wind was blowing.
How did we get flame marks?
No, I don't know what that was. But as the wind was blowing, it just it started moving stuff every which way. The wind kept catching it and swooping it one way and then it'd plop it the other way. And I was like, I can't. It wasn't worth it to me to potentially break it. And it wasn't worth it for that. So we went ahead and and we were actually trying to do it the day before. Oh, that's what it is.
What?
There must be an option for fireworks, because you see this little icon down here?
Uh-huh.
So there's people doing hearts, but then there's also little fireworks. So that's kind of cool. Anyway.
Jacob and, is that Izzy?
Izzy. Jacob and Izzy.
What's up,
Hey,
Jacob?
guys. What's up?
Jacob and Izzy.
So, so we, dropped back, punted, and did everything the traditional
I'm really
way.
sorry that your granddad is Sam.
And,
He's a Navy guy.
okay, focus, Tom.
Your
So-
focus need focus.
So we did that. We had 3 turkeys from Baker Creek. I'm looking at Baker Creek right there.
Yeah,
We had 3 turkeys
they
from
were specially-
McMurray Hatchery.
These turkeys from Baker Creek, see, you had to put the seed in the ground like a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes them, I don't know, 6 months to germinate.
Shut up. Anyway, so we had 3 turkeys.
They're an heirloom turkey.
They were kind of smaller, on the small side, but the flavor was fantastic. Now, I don't know, I'm sure that it definitely had a good flavor to it, but let me tell you, Carol was, hey Kim, Carol is amazing when you give her a couple of tools to put in her tool belt. Like, we gave her the smoke option, so she did the smoking.
Yep.
We put together a brine. We gave her kind of a general on what the brine is supposed to...
Carol's on her way out, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of handed Carol the reins for this Thanksgiving dinner, and we'll probably give her the full reins for the next one and let her plan everything out and everything. So that way, when she's out on her own and we go to her place for Thanksgiving, we're not eating Chinese food. But Carol, you're right. Carol is absolutely phenomenal when you tell her basically, this is all on you. Do what you want to do. And she thinks very well outside the box. She's very good at being able to take nothing and make a lot.
Well, and what we did is we normally inject our turkey. And this year I didn't buy the injectables, the Tony Chachere's injectables, because Jason picked up the nice stainless injector last year. And so we just made up our own, and we looked up a couple different recipes, and the basic recipe is you have some butter, you have some oil, and a whole bunch of different flavors, whatever spices you want, and then you have to have a little bit of citric in there to be able to kind of, break down the proteins and stuff inside the bird. So I gave her that general information, and she took off with it. And so she made her own injectables. The same thing with the brine. We told her what the general idea of the brine should be, and she did that. And between those different things, that turkey was full of flavor. I mean, like no turkey I've ever had before. It was very, very good, very tasty.
It needed a clock around its neck.
Oh, Flavor Flav. But yeah, so that was fantastic. We had 5 Marines and an Air Force girl here. And they stuck around and watched a little bit of football with us for a little while. And then they left and went home. I don't think some of them didn't get home till probably like 11.
Yeah, and if you jarheads are watching...
None of them are watching, I guarantee it. They're watching a football game.
Yeah, they're probably watching a football game. But if you catch this on the replay, don't think I don't know what you did.
Okay, so back it up.
Your little bootleg, your little sneak. Did you think you got away with my pumpkin roll?
So
No, you didn't get away with it.
I was told that I needed to make pumpkin roll for Thanksgiving. Not just by this one, but by my son as well, because he's been bragging about it all year. And the other thing was, I guess last week they had like a thing where everybody got together and did Thanksgiving, and somebody brought a pumpkin roll from like Walmart, and he said it had way too much cinnamon in it, and there was cinnamon in the icing. He said it was just awful. So he was super excited that we were going to have it. So I went ahead and bought, because of the week before's fiasco with church. Oh, I didn't really tell that one either. Some of y'all might have seen on Facebook. on Sunday evening, we had something with our church.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving dinner with our church, and Jason had requested that I make pumpkin roll for that as well. When we were leaving church, he said, "How many pumpkin rolls are you planning on bringing to church tonight?" And I said, 3. And he said, "So you're making 3, but we're taking 2 to church?" And I was like, "No, I'm making 3 and we're bringing 3 to church." And he goes, "No, that's not how that works." So I ended up having to go back out to the store to get more cream cheese and more eggs because my stupid freeloaders out there are not laying right now. And so I had to go back out into town and go get that stuff to be able to make the turkey or make the pumpkin rolls. And so we ended up taking 4, and I had an extra one here. And by Wednesday morning, you guys had eaten that other pumpkin roll because you shared with the girls.
Well, here's the thing. Usually when you take that much food,
there were like 200 people.
It doesn't matter. To a church function, you usually come home with some of your food.
No.
I came home with new pumpkin roll.
He ate 2 pieces at the church.
Allegedly.
He ate 2 pieces
at
the church.
You got pictures of video. You got pictures of video.
And
no. Okay, so allegedly.
And again, he had a full roll still here at the house. Which I will be fair and say that the girls did eat some with him.
I had like 2 pieces.
No. Anyway, so I'm not telling y'all something you don't already know. Y'all know that he's a crack addict when it comes to pumpkin roll. So it shouldn't surprise you. So anyway, when Thanksgiving came around, I was going to make 4 rolls. And then I thought about it and I said, well, my son really likes pumpkin roll. And I know at least 2 more of the ones that were coming really like my pumpkin roll. So I'm thinking there's 4 dudes that like my pumpkin roll. And 4 rolls might not be enough. So I bought enough to make 6. But we ended up making the 4. And instead of cutting them into 8 slices, I cut them into 12 slices. So I made the slices a little bit thinner. And so it was hilarious watching because as soon as everybody was done eating, it was like the boys were waiting for Jason to go get pumpkin roll. Did you notice that? They were all sitting there waiting like, okay, nobody's touching the pumpkin roll until the old man does it. So then you went and got pumpkin roll and then it was on. But every time they would go for pumpkin roll, they would be like walking with it behind their back. Or they would like go into the kitchen, shove it in their mouth and come back out to the living room. It was hilarious. So then when it was all said and done, I only cut 2 of the rolls. Okay, so there were 24 pieces for 10 people. Okay. And I didn't have any of it. I don't think Carol had any of it. So really it was like for 8. So theoretically, that would have been 3 pieces per person. But I don't even think, like the girl, I think she maybe had one roll.
She had 1.5.
So, and long story short, they were getting ready to leave, and there was still some that I had cut out on the platter, like maybe 6 pieces or something like that. And so the girls, without Jason knowing, went into the kitchen.
They committed treason.
And got Ziploc bags. And they put the rest of the rolls in the Ziploc to give to the boys to take home. Well, they knew they weren't getting out of the house with them. So one of the newer guys, he had a hoodie on. So they shoved them all inside his hoodie.
And he will not be back next year.
And then he was like going to go back. And this is how bad my girls are. He was about to come back out of the kitchen and hug Jason and tell him bye. And Ladessa's like, not a good idea, man. He's like, what? He's like, Dad will know that you have that pumpkin roll in your pocket if you go out there and try to give him a hug. So he took his sweatshirt off, came out, gave everybody a hug, then came back into the kitchen, put his sweatshirt on, and out the door he went. So those 3 guys took off. Well, my son, they came in 2 cars. And so my son was the one that stayed behind a little bit longer with his one friend and with the girl. And it was hilarious because he had been like pacing himself all night because out of respect for his dad, he knows his dad really likes pumpkin roll. So at the end of the evening, Blaze was eating like his last little bit. And he's like, man, sorry, Pops, was all out of pumpkin roll. I was like, what are you talking about? There's 2 more rolls in the refrigerator, and there's 2 potential rolls that can still be made. And he was like, what? He got so mad. He got so mad. Oh, my gosh. No. The one friend is, his name is Duham. He's a friend of Blaze's. He's known for a while now. And then the other one was an Air Force girl. I guess she works with them, but not in the same capacity that they do.
I don't know what she does.
And it was really cool. She was not from around here, so her traditions were a little bit different. And so she was telling us a little bit about what her family does. And so that was pretty cool. So that was our week recap. That was pretty much what we had going on here. And we've kind of been, exhausting the turkey leftovers until, they're all gone, which they're pretty much.
The green bean casserole, I think, is gone.
We made more macaroni,
Oh,
so
you guys
that's
did?
not fair. Yeah, we made macaroni today, so macaroni was new. The stuffing goes really quick because I never make enough of that.
The problem with Thanksgiving. One.
There's a problem with Thanksgiving?
Yeah, one.
Uh-huh.
You get so excited about Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
And especially when it's your turkey and it's your green beans and it's your stuff. You get so excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
And self-discipline
Right out the window.
It's out there laying in the yard right next to all the feathers from the turkey that you processed.
Yep.
And you don't realize how much you're eating until
It's too late.
it's too late. And then you're miserable.
You know what's funny?
And then you wake up in the morning and you do it all over again because the food is
So
always
good.
so good.
So what happened this year that was weird is, we didn't eat dinner until like 6:30. Like normally we shoot for like 3 o'clock. And because the guys, a bunch of them had to work.
Yeah, some of them work full 8-hour shifts.
Mm-hmm. And so we, out of a courtesy, because these guys don't get to go home for Thanksgiving, so that we could include them, we chose to wait until 6:30 to have dinner. And so because of that,
Sleep like that?
they're fine. So then when we got going to cooking, we had to still eat breakfast.
German chocolate cake.
Actually,
Chocolate pie.
yeah, pie. I saw pictures of it, I think. So we did have breakfast, but then we didn't have lunch, and that was the killer. We didn't have lunch.
Yeah.
So by the time dinner came around, I had been kind of snacking, and my son was smart. He called me, because originally I had messaged him the day before and said, look, I don't think Ingalls is going to be open, so whatever you need, you might want to go grab it now. Make sure you got it. He's like, okay. Well, on his way up, he messaged me, or he called me, and he said, hey, guess what? Ingalls is open. Do you need anything? And I was like, actually, we just ran out of butter, so that would be amazing if you'd get butter. And he's like, okay, cool. So we got butter. And then he also...
I don't understand how that happened.
Because we had the cream out, but it didn't come to room temperature. Because the temps are cooler in our kitchen right now because of how cold it is outside. So it doesn't get up to 70, 80 degrees in the house. And so it takes longer for the cream to come to room temperature. Or the room temperature is just a little too cool still. So anyway, he got us some butter. And then he also grabbed some snacks, which was nice because then we had a little bit of hummus and stuff like that to snack on while we were waiting on everybody to get there and start making plates.
Camera down. Is it so they can see this?
No, because then they'll see all of my stash on the
Okay.
bed.
That cat is sleeping like.
She's like, she's like very comfortable. So anyway, so yeah, we had a pecan pie that was fantastic. I used actual corn syrup this year instead of fake maple syrup, and it was really good. I am not too proud to say that I used Pioneer Woman's recipe. And actually, I think our brine was Pioneer Woman as well.
You cooked in her stuff too?
I did. My pie was in her pie plate.
I think you're losing the fight. I think you're
and
becoming
my
a
green
Pioneer
bean casserole,
Woman
one of my green bean
supporter.
casseroles was in that casserole dish that Jess got me. So, come on in.
It's now sticky and it won't like come off my hands. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm gonna try and fool around with it real quick, but
I'm not liking you much right now.
I know I'm gonna put a little bit more flour in it and see what I can do.
Okay.
Try and see whatever I can do to fix this.
Okay, what's the matter?
The bread that I made, I used a new recipe. I was trying something different, and it.
Don't tell me, tell them.
So I was using a new recipe, but I don't know if the measurements were just wrong with this recipe, but the bread has risen twice now, and it is still sticky, so I'm going to put flour in it. See
A
what I
little
can,
bit of flour.
a little bit of flour and a little bit more oil. See what I can do to,
Why would you put more oil in it if it's sticky?
Yeah, why would you put more oil in it if it was sticky?
because it helps. The oil helps, like, do you, like, understand when you put oil in a pan, like, it stops everything from sticking? You understand what I'm going
Yeah,
with
but
this?
no.
So I don't know how to explain this.
Okay, well anyway, go try it and see what happens.
I hate that.
I'm trying to
Can I
get
have
her
some
to
more
bake
tea?
some bread
Sorry, I'm
because
already
Come here.
out.
because tomorrow is Monday.
Neona!
No,
Pooper
Tuesday.
Scooper.
Tuesday is National French Toast Day. And so I want to make our special version of French toast, but I need bread. And so I wanted her to start baking some bread, but obviously that didn't happen today. So,
How did...
all right, let me ask you. We're right at 8:30. Do you just want to roll with it and we'll just save this for next week?
That's fine.
Okay. Use lard in the pan. Okay, well she can do that, but what she's saying, and Karen, you would know, the actual dough is still really sticky, so that's part of what she's worried about. So we talked about, did you want to try and do any kind of the safety tips or anything?
What did we put down for this?
We didn't.
Oh, no.
No. You poor baby. You feeling okay? So one thing I will say, so today is Small Business Saturday. So if any of you are on our Facebook or Instagram, you saw that we were... Okay, so, hey, so Miss Karen said to put lard in the pan.
I've done that.
Okay.
To stop it from sticking to the pan, or
I would assume.
okay, that's what I normally use.
Okay.
But yeah, okay.
But what?
Excuse me,
Nothing.
there
Just I'm leaving the room.
Okay.
Also, your cat is like passed out on your bed.
We
I
know. So
Not my cat.
it is Small Business Saturday. So we are running a special on our ebooks tonight or today They were $3 a piece instead of $5 or $6 a piece. So basically, you get 2 for the price of 1. Don't know that I'll do that again. So, Ladessa. So, if you were kind of holding out, hoping that we were going to do something like that, I would go ahead and get it tonight because I kind of got the stink eye from Jason when he opened up Facebook today. He was like, "What are you doing?" So, well, we got to get it out there. There's a lot of people that are still kind of hesitant about getting any of the books. So, if you were thinking about getting it, I would most definitely grab it tonight because I don't know that we will do that again. We on Monday is Cyber Monday, so definitely be paying attention to our socials on that day as well, because we will be running another sale on Monday. It's not for the ebooks. It's for something else. So, if you're interested in any of our stuff, definitely take a look at that on the website. You can go to bigbearhomestead.com/shop, and you'll be able to find all of the good stuff. So,
and to be honest with you, for a little while now, I would constantly, at least once a week, maybe make a trip over there because we're adding pages, we're adding products, we're adding pictures, links to different videos.
He means just the website in general. We're gonna start beefing that thing up, so definitely be visiting back every once in a while.
And if you haven't been to it in a while, definitely go to it and tell us what you think about the new look on like the home page. And,
we've definitely it's all different now.
Yeah, and play around on it, and then hey, if you find something that you don't like or you don't feel like it's user friendly, please let us know because we're trying to do our absolute best to make it as user-friendly as possible.
That's one thing I will tell you. So we've run into a little hiccup on the ebooks. If you do end up ordering the ebook, it's supposed to email it to you, a copy to you. I'm finding that a lot of people are getting it emailed to their spam folder. I'm still working with Crystal and trying to get that fixed. But as of right now, if you order it, check your spam folder because there should be a link in your spam folder. I saw it there. Kim said she had ordered it this morning. She said she's already read half of the essential oil book already, and she loves it. So that's awesome. So, well, Mud Pie likes it. That's good.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, if you're looking for either one, if you were holding out on either one of those books, I would definitely grab them tonight. So,
and I've already started on the second installment of the
That's what these bubbles are over here that you
Predator
can't see.
Control book. I do have a tentative release date, and the members will find that out tonight in the after show. So if you remember, you get the 411. If not, you'll have to wait.
Just like I've got a couple of different things up my sleeve that I'm gonna start offering, so we'll tell the members first.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
cool.
Okay, Miss Karen says, add a little bit of flour to it and then let it rise again.
And then hit it with your knees. She said knee it.
And then she
Knead
said
so
the dough should be soft but not sticky, like a baby's butt.
Unlike yours. You pooped so much your butt was always sticky.
Okay, I'm leaving now.
That's
just ew.
TMI.
Too much information there, dude.
Yeah, well, you had tar poop when you were a baby.
Okay, you do realize that you were online right now. I can't get rid of any of this.
It'll be alright.
You do realize that some of my friends watch this.
It'll be alright. Tar poop.
Oh wait, that's
it's
yours.
Sticky.
Okay, stop.
I'm sorry,
Stop.
Kinsley.
So anyway,
Stop. I know what you're about to do. Stop.
just go.
She has friends?
So anyway, go now. I dare you to open that door again.
Oh, that was stupid.
That jersey is hideous.
Who said that?
What jersey is hideous?
He's talking about the Georgia jersey.
Oh, change that Georgia jersey for a Bama. Please. Y'all almost lost tonight. I don't even want to talk about it. No. Y'all, incriminating evidence. Look, y'all Bama folks should be a little embarrassed by that show tonight. Y'all almost lost it. You wait until the last 40 seconds of the game.
Who are they playing?
Auburn, who's not even ranked. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's rival weekend.
Yeah, that was.
Well, I mean, all bets
I
are
would've
off
been
on
embarrassed.
rival weekend.
Yeah, but I would have been
But
embarrassed. Just
well, I
saying.
was getting ready to say something. Oh, we celebrated on Thanksgiving 18 wonderful, glorious, couldn't have been any better years of marriage.
Mm-hmm. Yep, on Thursday. 18 years.
18.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
So, married 18, known each other 19.
Uh-huh.
Any regrets?
Yeah. I do. I have regret. That I didn't meet you sooner. I wanted to be at like 25 by now.
Cheese ball. Cheese.
I know. I can't help it. Lost dude, I thought of you today. I was scrolling through Facebook. And I showed Jason. I didn't really get the reaction out of him that I was expecting. But I saw a hoodie that was made out of a whoopee. It was a whoopee hoodie.
You showed it to me when I was stoned on the narcotic painkiller.
You're still stoned. Nice cover, Robin. I can't help it, man. I can't help it.
18 years.
Oh, it's funny. So anyway, but yeah, so we had a really good day. I felt like Jason was setting me up though, because all day on, and I think it might have been the beginning of the pain that he's going through right now, because let's be honest, he hasn't been to the acupuncturist in a little while. And yeah, I'm gonna dime you out here. And so on Thursday, it was very frustrating, but Jason just decided he was gonna go off and chop a tree and cut a tree up, and his cutting the tree down was more important than cooking the Thanksgiving meal.
Okay, hold on. Name one time in 18 years I have ever cooked a Thanksgiving meal with you.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. Because I was knee deep in pumpkin rolls for my love for our anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't even go down the street to go get my turkey pan that you left at the fire department.
That you said the night before when I offered to go get it because they said they was putting it in the truck. You said, no, I'll go get it in the morning.
Oh, so because I said I would go get it.
Yeah.
Because I would go get it.
Hey,
you couldn't hop off of the tractor for 5 minutes.
Wasn't even on the tractor. I was clearing that tree out of your path because you made it blatantly obvious that was bothering you. And so for you, I was out there.
Y'all get your boots on.
Thanksgiving.
It's getting really thick in here.
Cutting up that tree.
Like when I tell you, y'all need to have these feet up high.
Not only did I cut it up, but I put all of the limbs and twigs and branches over on one side, and I picked up all of the cut pieces, and some of them were rather heavy as the trunk got bigger. and I put them in a pile. So you have a nice, neat path to drive your canine straight down there, boom, and do whatever it is that you want to do.
You're full of crap. But anyway, so we so it was interesting. Thursday he had started, I think he was trying to keep himself busy.
Let's not even bring up the area that I cleared before the anniversary.
Lost Dude's got your back.
Just to make sure you have your own sunflower bed that you can look at right out the back door.
When you clearing that out?
I cleared it out as soon as I got the tractor. I started
right. What I'm saying is that you're
like
changing the whole different. Like we're talking about Thursday.
That was almost a year long project for your anniversary present. I was thinking long term.
Let me see them brown
eyes. I was thinking long term with the 18-year anniversary gift.
So Lost Dude has your back. He said you should have taken the tractor down to go get it. You probably could have. It's not that far. But anyway, so
you're gonna have a 1/4 of an acre of sunflowers.
It never ceases to amaze me how you men and your measurements are just never right. You always over-exaggerate. 1/4 of an acre.
How do you think, how much?
Over there by the pond?
Yeah.
That is not 1/4 of an acre, honey. There's no way.
Probably. It's really close.
The whole front of the pasture is 1 acre. There's no way that's 1/4 of 1 acre.
So you're telling me that you think that the width, then the length of that area back there, as it hooks around the pond.
No, because you're not going to plant it all the way back down there, going down the hill into the water.
Why not?
Because that would look stupid. It would. Why would you do that?
Stupid.
I don't think that's
You know what's really
going
to look stupid about it? It's all going to be green because there ain't going to be one sunflower planted in that stupid plot now.
No, like down the hill like that? I don't think that's a good idea. It's going to be hard for you to
You better hope a raccoon comes by and poops the sunflower seed.
I'll start throwing out black oil sunflower seeds now.
50 by 50 or so would be 1/4 of an acre.
No, there's no way that's 50 by 50.
Maybe.
No. I'm a part-time therapist. Y'all need a session? This is our therapy right here. It's why I poked the bear. I love you, honey. He's just talking about us, having regrets.
I wonder why Mudpie Girl come out, be right back, maybe. What do you mean, maybe?
Well, she got stuff to do. Anyway, so we will next week talk about energy as it pertains to self-sufficiency. We have it's going to be a pretty heavy show, or not heavy, just full of information. So definitely, what the crap? How did he get up the...
He's standing on the fire escape.
That freaked me out. I have to watch that on the replay. Floki, what are you doing, man?
What did you do, dude? What were you thinking? You was just going to sneak up and get in her chair?
He was like right here. Oh, that was weird. That was very strange.
You want to get on the bed?
His blue eyes are so freaky looking. He looks like he's evil. But he's the kindest cat. Like, he's so well behaved.
And he can be yours for 4 easy payments of $19.95.
No, none of that. So, getting ready to start getting into serious crochet mode. So, I'm excited about that. Get some scarves and, cowls. I like to make cowls. So,
Will they be milk cows or beef cows?
No. It'll be neck cowls. Anyone know if wind generators produce more than solar? I know the answer to this. I think we had talked about this a little. Hold on. I have to look it up though. Hydro wind. The problem with wind is what you have to do in order to be able to get there. I don't think it does. What I saw was...
Well, it really, one that goes with, it really depends on your location. If you have a constant, because the windmill to be effective has to be at least 100
feet in the air.
And so you really, if it's the wind ain't blowing, if you're not got a constant breeze, you're not making anything. Whereas if even on a cloudy day, you are still producing energy, not as much as you would have on a bright sunny day, but you're still producing something.
The most effective one is water, believe it or not, because that one can constantly be going. Your wind is not going to be all the time, and your sun's not going to be all the time. So, but yeah. But they do have a different type of wind. Did you look at something windmill? I can't see that silly
that little heart icon.
Heart icon.
Somebody else will comment and then it'll come back up.
Excuse me. But yeah, so there's a lot of different options for renewable energy.
I have a question, because we are trying to justify is not really the right word. We're trying to figure out which social media platforms really that we need to put our attention on, other than YouTube. And we would like to know, just give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or, how many of you guys use Pinterest? The Tinker's Wife, hey, how you doing? I see you had to resubscribe the other day. It popped up that you just resubscribed. Thank you for that. Or type in yes or no, or something like that. Because since we started our Pinterest, it's got a whole whopping 38 followers, and it hasn't moved. So I'm on the betting side that a lot of y'all don't use Pinterest a lot.
Every so often.
Yeah. Because I think Pinterest lost its popularity. It was very, very popular back in the day, but...
I'm going to tell you, I feel like Pinterest is for certain niches. So, like for cooking, Pinterest is a go-to, because people will take pictures of their recipe, and then they'll write a blog about their recipe, and then they'll have whatever with their recipe. So that is one of those resources. Like if you ask a lot of people where they go for recipes, a lot of people will go to Pinterest, because the nice thing about Pinterest is you can then pin it to a board, and you can go back to that board and look at it.
That's what the Tinker's Wife just said.
Yeah. But the other one is crochet. I use it for patterns. So if I'm looking through patterns and I go, oh, I really like that one, I'll save it, and then I'll go back, work it. If it worked out great, good, I leave it on there. If it didn't, I get rid of it. And so that's like the only two things that that's the only two things I use Pinterest for. I really don't use it as a resource for, just normal information. I'm wholly looking for either recipes or patterns. That's it.
Okay. You did bring up the word blog. We are definitely, we're starting our blog up again on our website, but here's the little bit of a twist to it. The blog is going to be from LaDessa's point of view.
it is going to be her composition part of her high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Since we do homeschool, that is part of her English for now. So.
Yeah. And so she's going to be doing that because eventually, LaDessa is the one who wants to take over the homestead. The other two don't really have interest in wanting to make it a full-time career. LaDessa or Carol is thinking about becoming a special education teacher or psychologist,
therapist,
and to be able to incorporate art and music into her sessions. I have no idea what Blaze wants to do.
He's going the psychology route too.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna get his degree in psychology and then try to go back to doing some of the stuff that he does, but just from a different perspective.
So.
Oh.
It's rival week. Anything happens on rival week.
Well, I mean, when you got McConkey and Bowers both out.
Well, at the end of the day, you got to understand this game means absolutely nothing to Georgia.
I know.
It's just bragging rights.
It better mean something to Georgia, because otherwise they're going to lose spotting and where they're at.
They're not going to lose nothing. They're locked into the SEC championship against Alabama.
But they're not locked into their position.
And they're locked into the top 4.
Right, well, yeah. Anyway, so they need to hurry up and play better. Well, we're still in the first half, right?
Yeah. Probably
because
not in the second quarter.
Because they don't start doing anything till the second half anyway. So, but I'm trying to think. What does Floki see?
But what were we talking about before?
Well, we were talking about energy, football. You're from Texas. How can you say that?
LaDessa and the blog and the kids is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
It's one of those that it's and I think you'll see if you guys stay involved with the channel and stuff over the next 4 or 5 years, you're going to start to see an evolution happen to where LaDessa is going to be taken over, and you're probably going to see it go into a different direction.
Well, even Carol has gotten more active with the video stuff too. So between the two of them, it's starting to migrate a little bit more. So definitely be paying attention to that, because Carol, I know that Teresa earlier, Mud Pie Girl, she said that she was really enjoying the shorts. And so I think, that's one of the things we've actually enjoyed doing, because we've been able to go back through some old footage and find some fun stuff, and the stuff that some people miss because they don't watch a video all the way through. They're just now seeing for the first time, and so that's kind of cool to be able to do that too. So and then others like Geeky Gardens was in here earlier, was like, man, I remember when that tree fell down. Like, some of these people have been around long enough to remember that the one that came out last night where you ratcheted it and started running, and I let a dirty word fly at the end. I think in the original video, didn't we have like a horn honk or something?
Yeah, we bleeped it.
But a piece from the tree flew up and hit the camera and almost hit me, and I was startled. But anyway, so.
But the direction that LaDessa, her vision, is more of a exotic animal rescue kind of. Like, I would not be surprised if she somehow got a giraffe on this place. Because she has those 2 tortoises. They're almost 2 years old now.
In May.
Yeah.
In May, they'll be 2 years old.
And they're getting big.
And finally.
And I'm probably going to have to this summer start looking at into like an outdoor enclosure for them.
Yes.
And I think that's what's getting the ball. We're like, she's really pushing us to get emus or ostriches. She wants.
Well, her ears start perking up when Ginger starts talking about, endangered or threatened species and stuff like that. So, she's definitely been looking into raising animals that are, threatened by their numbers. So
I think So lost, dude. I'm not 100% sure.
I think it was. I think it's the one that he ran under.
Yeah. So, which is going to be, I think it's going to be online petting zoo.
Says the guy with a 40-year-old turtle. Her tortoise, the one tortoise is like...
One is definitely bigger than the other, so I think she may have lucked out and got a male and a female.
If that works that way. I don't know if that works that way in the tortoise world, but that one is definitely, and they've had the same food, same everything.
Yeah.
So
one is significantly larger than the other.
Don't get rid of her goats, Mom.
So...
Yeah, one is significantly larger than the other. It's kind of neat to look at because we took pictures of them when she first got them. And when they first came, they were about the same size.
Both of them.
But both of them could fit on her hand. Not ours. Her hand is smaller than ours. And she could fit both of them on her hand. Now she can't. The bigger one she can't even fit in her hand. So they've definitely grown significantly. They're not pyramiding, which is really awesome. There's a giant rat behind you. Where's the baby at?
She's still talking about this.
It might be. But the Smalls is around here too somewhere. Unless she escaped. Oh no, there she is. Isn't she right there, baby? Yeah. So. But. Hey, Flokester.
He's going to go to sleep.
Buddy. Carol calls him Flokestifer. It's pretty funny.
But it's very cool to watch them.
Yes.
But she has her bucket list of animals that she wants to bring onto the farm.
Mm-hmm. I can see her doing a video like
Stivers, what's going on?
Hey guys. Yeah, I could see her doing something similar to that.
I think I may just have to open up a gate installing business.
Here's the little rat. Come here, Smalls. No. A gate installing business, really? Because he came in here?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, inside joke.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I like, for instance, the garden. Carol has completely taken that over. Yeah, and that's about what we did have that. George, we had quite a bit of butter that we went through. Kind of in the same thing. For the typical orange-necked water turtle, the female is much larger than the male, but it's opposite with box turtles. The male is larger. I don't know. These are sulcatas.
Sulcatas.
Yeah.
Does anybody know?
These are sulcata tortoises.
What was it again? Oh, if you missed Carol's spiral herb bed thing,
it's pretty cool.
That she made. Well, yeah, she made. I just did. I was her manual labor. It is now overrun. That thing is. She ain't in here. I was extremely surprised at how prolific that spiral garden is being. And she's just got leafy greens in there. She's got lettuces, spinach, mustards, bok choy.
Usually spinach.
I think she's got some Swiss chard in there.
Yeah.
And in that tiny little space, Because that thing probably is what? Maybe 3 foot by 3 foot?
No, it's 6 foot by 6 foot.
6 foot.
Pretty sure it's 6 foot.
And it's producing enough leafy greens that not only are we eating off of it, but Ladessa's going out there like every other day.
Every other day, yeah.
Every day or every other day, and just whacking the mess out of it.
Yeah. And then it grows back.
And feeding her tortoises with it as well. And so that was a very pleasant surprise. And the funny thing is that we made the entire thing for free.
Yeah.
Because it was cardboard that we got from my buddy Sanford, because he owns a little choke and puke up the street.
Why do you call it choke and puke?
That's what they're always called.
That's disgusting. Like, why are they called that?
It's what I've always been. I don't know.
Anyway. Hey, girl.
And so we got all of the cardboard from that to lay down as the weed barrier, and then all of the granite rocks was literally from an area that we're clearing to be able to put the goats in an area permanently. They're gonna probably have, I don't know, a little under 1/4 of an acre, 1/16 of an acre down there. It might even be more than that. That they're gonna have, and but we're trying to get a lot of the rocks and granite chunks and stuff, and like somebody planted cinder block seeds back there because there's a uber amount of cinder blocks back there. We were able to build the rocket stove from them, but we have really produced a lot of food from that little area and that little spiral herb bed. I'm really excited to see what
I can't see, in the spring. I can't wait to see what she does with it in the spring. She won't be able to grow lettuce in it, and that kind of stinks because there's no trees around it for any kind of shade. So she'll probably do some herbs. I think her ultimate goal was to do herbs in it. So she'll probably do.
I don't know if she's going to do medicinal herbs, cooking herbs, or tea garden.
She's probably going to do medicinal and cooking together. Because I know in the middle up at the top, she was talking about putting a huge rosemary. So, so I think around that she's going to do some thyme and some oregano, and she'll plant some zinnias and stuff in there too to kind of break it all up. And she did something really cool that ended up there. Well, I know it's supposed to be round, but it's as round as you can get it. But on the, I don't want to say corners because there's no corners in round, but she blocked out 4 areas. In the north, east, south, and west. Yes. You just made everybody's brain like skip. Everybody's brain just went north. They were like, what did she just say? What? North, south, east, and west. I don't even think I could say that the way that you said it. I said north, east, south, and west because northeast and southwest are a thing. So it was northeast, south, and west. So is southeast and northwest. I was going in a circle like a clock. North, east, south, and west. It's time for another pill, isn't it? Yeah, because you just completely took the edge off of that one. There's no more pain pill in my body. Anyway. But I completely forget. Oh, yeah. She put little beds in the corners, or kind of corners. Oh my gosh. I just took a truckload of cardboard to the dump today. My wife has about 4 Amazon deliveries a day. Wow.
Wow. You could, look, we learned this, I mean, we knew about it before, but Jess really kind of drove it home without, she did it.
When they moved into their place
and Charles, what's his name?
Doubting.
Because at the end of the day, I would love to be able to do a no-till garden, but I don't really see it happening on this large of a scale. One, I am struggling to get wood chips on a regular basis.
Yeah. That is a struggle.
And right now, to be able to get a commercial grade chipper shredder is just not in the budget whatsoever. Those things are expensive. Even post-COVID now, they're even more expensive than they were pre-COVID. And so, you know, and then getting on your name on that, what is it?
Chip drop
thing.
Not around here is not a thing.
I look, here's my chip drop. I'm driving down the road. I see them doing work on the side of the road, cutting trees. I lock the brakes down. I don't care who's behind me. You hit me in the butt, it's your fault. I go over and I ask them where they're dumping them, and they'll say, "What's your address?" And
right.
I'll get, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4.
They don't use that. The people around here don't use that service.
Yeah.
Like the electric companies and stuff, they just don't. They don't subscribe to that. They just.
And so we'll get them like the one. It's like every couple of years they come and do the power lines again, and I grab them just as soon as I can, and I'll get
couple of loads.
4, 5,
Yeah.
maybe, I think one year I got like 7 dumps.
It went all the way down.
Yeah.
It was
And
almost all the way down the driveway. It was ridiculous.
I think I would have gotten more, but they stopped because they were running out of room to put them. But now
and we didn't have the tractor, so.
And now I got the tractor, so now I'll be
Yeah.
more than able to keep up with them.
Literally 2 days after they dropped it this past time, it was gone.
Yeah, and it took 2 days because it rained one day. So within a couple of hours, I can have a pile gone and spread out everywhere we want it to go. You know, so that's one of my big heavy holdups with being a no-till. I love the idea of the no-till. I love the idea of the back to Eden method. But for me, on a large scale, I do not have the capability of putting the wood chips out.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do.
And now, if I could get a reliable source of wood chips, I would definitely do it. Like if I could start get a hold of wood chips now and start to spread them out all over my garden, I would put them down a foot thick and run with it. And, you know, but unfortunately, I don't have that. But, you know, I love wood chips. I love wood chips to put as bedding in the stalls.
That's been really nice.
Yeah, it makes things so nice.
It absorbs, so the problem with putting straw in a cow's stall is that it doesn't absorb moisture. The straw doesn't absorb moisture. So she pees in there, it's getting wet.
I mean, it absorbs it a little bit, but not to the
Not
level
like
of
a wood chips.
of
The
the
wood
wood
chips
chips,
do.
you know, or even those pine.
I love the pine pellets.
Pine pellets, but they're just so daggum expensive
Yeah.
anymore. It's not, you know, we would need a pallet load and a half to be able to do our stall, and it's just not, one, it's not cost effective, and two, it's not really sustainable.
That's true.
So wood chips. I thought about trying to get a chipper that runs off a PTO for the back of the tractor, and that's only like $3,500, I think. But well, compared to the 20 or 30,000 for
that's true.
for the pull behind, you know, it's, I don't know. We'll see, because I have a tremendous amount of stuff that I can run through the wood chipper. You know, because these $800-900 ones that you can get at Home Depot or Tractor Supply, look, we use them all, and we've broken them all just on normal wear and tear. You know, them bad boys say they're good up to a 2 to 4 inch limb, and we're putting in the little tiny twigs and stuff that we can't use as firewood, and the teeth will break off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or the belt snaps, or the plate that the teeth sit on becomes unbalanced, and it's just they're not worth the $800-900 that you pay for them. Now, if all you were going to do was run through corn stalks and make what's it called? Silage.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, I would say go for it and invest in that. You know, even that DR equipment. You know, like we got that DR pull behind rototiller, and it ended up being garbage.
Mm-hmm.
We have a rental place. Now, see, that's nice. We had one, but his shop burnt down. And I guess to try to cover the cost to get his shop built back up, because he was more of like a mechanic, mom and pop mechanic shop,
and a small engine repair.
Yeah. I believe he sold, because he only had like one or two of them, and I believe he sold them to be able to
help cover
his cost of getting his buildings and stuff back up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, because I have a huge pile out like right over here.
Yeah, we haven't been able. It's been
that its whole purpose was I was going to rent one weekend and just run it through.
We just hadn't been able to find one.
Yeah.
So, because the only other rental places are like 45 minutes away, and so getting them to bring one this far is not practical.
Not practical at all. Okay, guys. Well, whew. That went by fast.
Do you have a landscape company that picks up leaves? Wouldn't they be better than wood chips?
Yes, because eventually it would make leaf mold. But one of the benefits of wood chips, like we have not had rain in 3 months, 4 months.
Like 3, I think.
Yeah. And so wood chips, when you get when the next rain we get, it's going to be devastating, because the ground is hard, it's solid right now, and so the rainwater is pretty much just going to run off. But with the wood chips, there'll be a sponge, and they'll soak it up. And so over time then, as you're not getting any more rain, it slowly will release that moisture back into your ground, which will help prevent situations like what we're in right now, where if we get a good solid rain, it's not going to really penetrate into the ground as much as it's just going to roll off and cause a whole bunch of erosion and just end up in my pond.
Right.
So that's the benefit. Now, but leaves are good. Leaf mold, it takes, if you mulch it first, it doesn't take as long. You can make it in a season, and leaf mold is pretty much gold for your garden, because you have all those little microorganisms in there, and it's good worm food and da-da-da-da-da, and it's just going to be able to put a lot of good stuff down in there. And it's, leaf compost, leaf mold is fantastic for your garden. Now, we make leaf mold. We'll start raking leaves here next week and a half, and we have a big circular bin that we'll start putting the leaves in, and we'll water it down, put the leaves in, water it down, put the leaves in, water it down, and then we let it sit, and we'll let it sit for a whole year, and then we'll top dress the raised beds with it, and then if we got any left over, we'll top dress the row gardens and stuff with it to be able to throw that leaf mold and stuff in there, which it really helps promote healthy soil, and it takes situations like we're in, being in the granite capital of the world, where our topsoil really just suck.
It's awful.
It will help build that back. But in a situation like this, I would prefer the wood chips, because one, they're not going to get completely washed away from a good hard solid rain. They're going to soak
Right.
all that stuff up.
Yeah.
And when they do take a little bit longer to break down,
Mm-hmm.
which you can do like wood chips and then leaves, would and do a lasagna type thing, and that'll really build up your soil and stuff for you. But in my situation, I would really prefer the wood chips. Just to be able to keep it there. So, all right, guys. Well, we ran a little bit over tonight. Members, Panda. What? We're not doing one?
Mm-mm. I already talked to them.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna skip the after show tonight just because one of the people are not even in here, and the other one said it was okay so that you could go rest and take your medicine.
Okay. All right, cool. So, thank you for that.
Yes.
Well, maybe it depends. We'll see how the week goes. Maybe we'll pop in and do a members 30 to 45 minute live stream during the middle of the week. So if you're not a member, you're gonna be missing out on some good stuff. Go ahead and hit that join button. Panda and above gets to 30 minutes after show and come to just pop up live shows. Mm-hmm. So that might be something to consider. Plus, they get a newsletter.
Yep,
we just sent out our first newsletter. That was done by Carol. She did a really good job with that. They, members also get first dibs on products, mm-hmm. and the Kodiak Bear gets a coupon. Mm-hmm. So just something for y'all to ponder and think about. Don't forget, give all of our sponsors a holler. If you're looking for your electric fencing, don't forget you got the coupon code Big Bear Homestead for the Gallagher stuff. Mm-hmm. And we'll be putting out 3 videos and 7 shorts this week coming up. So you guys be on the lookout for that, and be on the lookout on the Facebook stuff. We'll let you guys know when the blog is up. Mm-hmm. And we are definitely, now that the holidays are over, the email
for a little while.
the email list will be starting up this week. So bigbearhomestead.com is the email. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait. The email?
Yeah.
Is either Jason or Robin at bigbearhomestead.com. So you can hit Jason up at jason@bigbearhomestead.com or Robin at bigbearhomestead.com.
If you want to be on that email list, because we cannot guarantee with all the shadow banning and stuff that's going on with these social media stuff. If you want to get notification, we're just going to do the videos. We're not going to email you for a short, because the short goes out every night. We try to get it out about 9 p.m. Mm-hmm. And but if you want to get on that email list for the videos, send us an email. Just put email list in the subject, and we'll get you on the email list, and we will email out when the video comes. And then our email list are going to be the second group of people that get notified when a new product is coming out. First one's going to be our members, and then the second one's going to be the folks on the email list. So that's definitely a list you probably want to get on. Plus that one's free.
Nice.
Right?
Yep, it is.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, we will see y'all next week. Thanks for coming in, and we'll have the more organized show with the safety tips, prepping tip, and your Bible verse for the week. Next week. So, yeah, we love y'all. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us, and we will see y'all next week. God bless. Now, this is normally when I whisper to you and I tell you how much we really appreciate you guys coming, which we really do. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out the website at least once a week, as we are upgrading and changing the pages. We really would like some feedback on whether or not it's user friendly, what you guys think.